Welcome back to Better Than Fiction with Janette and Eden.
It's a month.
It's been a month, yeah.
Eden, yes, looks like this. This is why she hasn't read and why I'm sitting a little further away.
Getting over the flu. Wash your hands. Wash your things.
Sanitize.
Stay out of the library if you're sick.
Instead of sharing it with library staff.
That's my advice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't do overall too bad this month. Let's see. I'm going to start with my book prompts. My book prompt was a letter that starts with the letter S. Didn't make any sense.
This is what we are working with right now.
Read a book that starts with the letter S. And I read 4 volumes of a manga series called Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. Yeah.
Go Eden.
It was very interesting. It is about like a middle-aged man who smokes behind a supermarket with one of the employees there, and they just become friends, and they like the shenanigans and the things they talk about while sharing a cigarette. I'm not a smoker, but I read it and I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was cute. Yeah, enjoyed that. That was an accident. I just kind of stumbled upon that manga series, and that's what I read. Then my number was Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. This is a book from my bookshelf. It was one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and it held strong. It is, again, a serial killer romance because that's what she does, and they're so well written. This one is interesting. It is the first book of a trilogy, and usually with romance books, it's like they follow a different couple each time. This series is going to follow the same couple from start to finish.
Interesting.
And in this one, the male love interest legit wants to kill her. Like, is hunting her down actively to murder her. And they fall in love.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's a bit of a
That's
case
a
of
problem.
mistaken identity there too a little bit. So, but yeah, so all 3 books are gonna follow this this couple. It's, if you like Bryn Weaver, you're gonna like Tourist Season if you haven't picked it up yet. I'm ready. The book ends on a cliffhanger, so I had told Ashley, our coworker, who also wants to read it, to not read it until book 2 comes out, so that she's not going to be irritated like I am.
Okay.
So, I really enjoyed it. And then I had to talk about my sad, depressing book. We were just talking.
We usually flip.
Yeah.
We have flipped this month.
Yeah. So this was my other highly anticipated read of the year. This came out in September, Alchemized by Sin Lee Yu. And I got it in my hands, and I couldn't bother to pick it up. I would pick it up, and I would set it right back down. I just wasn't ready for it yet. And then one of my best friends texted me, and she said, I'm going to read it. And that was, like, the kick I needed this month to get into it. I am maybe just over halfway through, and her and I are going to do the lunatic thing of when you finish part 2, you go back and reread part 1, and then you go back to it fits with the line of the story. So anyway, this 1,024 page book
And you're going to reread sections.
Yeah, is going to become a 1,300 page book for me. It's like a chronological thing.
Okay, I'll believe you.
So we're going to give that a shot, but that's what I'm in the middle of right now.
That'll be a while with holidays.
It's going to be a long time with this book. But, so I'm going to be slowly...
So you can't come looking for it anytime soon because that is our library book. Yeah. So that means Eden's going to renew it way over the amount of renewal times.
No, I have my own copy.
Oh, you have your own copy.
You can come check this one out.
Oh, and then you can be a lunatic reader like Eden.
It's sad. Don't read it in winter, I think. Give yourself a little time. It's about a post-war world where, like, the bad guys win, right? Uh-huh. And, like, the fallout of what can happen to you after your
Not
side
a good
loses.
moment.
It's sad.
Not a good moment
It's
to
very
read this
depressing.
book.
And she has, like, amnesia from like these powers, so like she doesn't remember anything that happened during the war. But she's getting like tortured for the things she did during the war. She doesn't even remember what happened.
Yeah. Happy holidays to Eden.
Yeah.
You might want to choose some happy reading in between.
I know
there.
I really should, but I've been trying to keep up with my friend. She's
powering it.
She's on the second reread of part 1 already.
Well, maybe if you didn't have to reread parts, if you'd remember part 1.
Well, you can.
It's
just part of so part 1 is after the war, part 2 is during the war. So all of her memories, and then you go back and reread what happened right after she loses her memories again. And then you go, yeah. That
just seems crazy.
I know,
especially with a book that long.
I know, but we've committed together, so.
Okay, it's kind of like when the books that you wanted to read simultaneous.
Yeah. I do.
Moss.
I'm doing
no. Which one?
That's Bryn Weaver.
That was also Bryn Weaver. Okay. Because I know there's a
another
couple
one.
of authors that
yeah.
are doing that right now.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's very few of them, but they are doing that. It's very niche.
Yeah.
Very niche.
I'm enjoying it. That's what I've been up to.
Well, I have taken over Eden's romance reviews this month.
Yes, you have.
Which has the staff all laughing because I am not typically your romance reader, rom-com reader at all. But we're at the time of the year that I become one.
Yep.
Every year I become one. About the same time, end of November, December, it's budget time. You get all this stuff. You're kind of weighed down, but dark. And so my typical reading gets kind of on the back burner. And so the staff has been making sure that I have happy reading.
Yeah.
So I read
Merry Little Meet Cute.
Merry Little Meet Cute, yes. That was one you had used for book club at one time.
Yep.
And they said it was really funny romance, and it is. It's hilarious. You cannot be offended by a little bit of the porn industry because they do reference that a little bit. But the characters are quirky and they are funny.
Yeah.
I read that one in just a day or two because it was so funny. And then I busted right past the people who recommended that book and got the next two on interlibrary loan because it is a trilogy, and they do have some novellas of some of the minor characters, but they're only in e-material, so they're only on Kindle through Amazon. But it has made the staff who recommended the one book laugh because I've now read past them.
Finished the series.
I have finished the series. And then the other one that was recommended also by one of the library staff, and actually some of our patrons have really, really liked this series. Elsie Silver writes definitely some romance. The Cowboy series is what was recommended by staff and patrons, so I picked it up. I am also reading through that series. It's much happier than my typical reading, but I think at some point I got to mix in some of my normal reading because it's almost been too happy and too
raunchy.
Raunchy, that's a good word. Yes. Yes, it was. Raunchy. But it's what I guess you need sometimes, and you don't have to think real hard. They're just nice. I mean, the people, they end up happy. I think that's it.
Yeah.
It is a happy ending because a lot of the books I'm reading right now have multiple going. They didn't start happy. The middle's not happy. And I already kind of know what the ending's going to be. It's not going to be happy. No. As a foreshadow. So, I took up Eden's romance reading, and so you still have your romance reviews for this month.
Maybe one.
So I didn't start with the letter S, but it ended with the letter S.
There you go.
Because I actually totally blew off my the reading challenge because it just didn't suit me. The Unlikely Escape of Uriah Heep was what I was supposed to read. And I still want to read it. It looks fantastic. But
it's not where you're at.
It's not where I'm at in my world. So, and I know that, we're coming down to the last month of our reading challenge, and I happen to know December's book is not is not a happy book by Kang, I think is how you pronounce that name. But Han Kang, and they just don't write happy books.
Yeah.
So, but it's a short one, so we'll go ahead and read that one.
There's your regular.
There's my regular book to get me
between
mixed
your-
in, so I'm not
Your raunchy romances. Well, I wonder what number we're gonna have. You want to do the honors here?
Well, I think I can guess.
Well, what
I'll
number?
guess. I'll guess. I bet it's number 6. Here we are, number 6.
Great work.
So I'll read my "We Do Not Part" by Han Kang.
We do not part. And I am gonna give my hand at the Frida McFadden, The Housemaid.
You know, everyone on here is now laughing that you haven't read that,
I know
and
it.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Because I will say one of the reasons is they're never in.
Yeah, I know it. So I'm gonna give a shot at that.
Okay, but here's our book prompt. Oh, what was my book prompt? Oh yeah, it was the S.
S.
I went with the ending
Ending
of
with the S instead of start. What
You know,
whatever.
sometimes can I get a new one?
New one. We'll put it in for next year.
No, I don't want to do it next year either.
Okay.
That's fine. A book by an indigenous author.
Okay.
Okay, they're not going to be happy.
Probably not.
No, not going to be happy. Maybe we'll have to go with the first choice. Here, I'm going to let you choose.
Ooh, that's fun.
We're going to let you choose. It's short stories.
Choose your book prompt.
A book of short stories or anthology.
Short stories.
Short stories or an indigenous writer. If you need some indigenous writers because you aren't familiar with too many, please stop in at the library. Actually, I can highly recommend a couple of juvenile books that are written by indigenous writers that I think adults should read to gain understanding, but the writing is stunning. We have, of course, Tommy Orange, if you haven't read. They're there, and then, of course, the second one. And Stephen Graham Jones. No.
Yes.
Yes, I think
Jones.
so.
Yeah.
Stephen Jones Graham? I don't remember. Either way, it gets into the psychology and the superstitions of Indian culture in kind of a scary way, so it is...
For the horror fans, I would say. But it's not horror.
It's not horror
but
because
leads.
I've read them and I'm but some of the things that come out of their dreams and some of those are really horrific, but stunning writing. I can't say it enough. So we do have almost all of his books as well.
Yeah.
So there
Bonus
we go.
points if you do
Both
short stories
and indigenous.
by indigenous authors.
I have to say that one's going to be hard.
That would be hard. But
Or if you do both, you get bonus
points for
points.
you.
That's that extra peppermint bark latte.
in December too, of all months.
Of course, in December, because that is going to be it. But bonus to you. Let's see. I'm sure there's some Indian romance somewhere. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
But I might be moving out of there. So.
Well,
Okay.
alrighty. Stay warm this winter, and happy reading.
Happy reading.